Hello and welcome everyone. Let's continue solving the Sean Prasad pattern by solving the best time to buy and sell stock. So basically we are given an array of prices, right? An array of stock prices. Each day we have a different stock price and we want to return the maximum profit we can achieve from this transaction. And we know that the slogan in the stock market is buy low, sell high basically. So we're looking at a day. What we count as a maximum profit is any day in which we buy at the lowest and sell at the most maximum that we can at that point. And we can see from this first example that the day that we buy the least is on day 2, and the day that we buy the most is that we sell the most rather is on day 5, which is 6. My first intuition when I saw this problem was, okay, we're given an array of 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4. I mean, it's as simple as getting the minimum value from the array and the maximum value from the array and then just returning the maximum. But you can guess why this is wrong if you are familiar with the stock market, which basically is that you can't buy low then go back in time and sell at a high price. It's just as impossible, and it's clearly stated in the question that you have to choose a different day to sell in the future. So this is why this approach of getting the minimum value in the array and maximum value and just deducting it from each other is not going to work, in case you thought like I did. Sorry, that's not going to work for us here. No, now how can we solve this problem? Basically, we're going to be using the sliding window technique to solve this problem. So this is the first example that we were given. Sorry. So we buy here, let's say we buy on the first day and then we sell on the second day. Basically, our algorithm for finding the most profits we can make is going to actually be profit equals to the day or the quantity we sell minus the quantity we buy, and that's going to give us our profit. And since we know that we have to buy before we sell, that means this is our buy rate and this is our sell rate. So this is 1 minus 7, and we are at a loss of 6 USD or 6 naira. Basically this doesn't work, right? Because we are not even making no profits, we are running at a loss. Now this is a bad day to buy, as you can clearly see. So what do we do here? So what we do now is we don't buy on this day, we cancel out this day, we are no more buying on 7 is not working for us, and we buy on the second day 1, and we move our sell date from the second day, we move our sell date forward to the next date, and then using our algorithm we do run 5 minus 1, and wow, we have a profit of 4. Now this works, but because we are not satisfied, we have to see if we can do better. And so we move again that, okay, this day favors us, right? We already know that this is a good day to buy stock, so now we just want to see if there's a better day to sell. So we move all the way from here to here, and we see that the difference is 2. Now this difference is less than what we previously had, so we're just going to be keeping this as our very good and faithful servants. Basically, we're going to be keeping this as, and the difference we got from this, which is 4, as our maximum so far. But still, this is not the end of the array, and we'll still move on to the next number in a array, and we can see this is 6, and the difference between the day we buy and the day we sell is now 5. Now this is our current maximum. Now since this even supersedes what we currently have, now this is going to be our new maximum. This is no longer working for us, and this is now our new maximum with a profit of 5. But again, we can see that this is not the end of all the options that we have, and we can still sell. So we try to see if this even works even more, but unfortunately this is just giving us a profit of 3, and our maximum so far is 5, and this is what we're going to return as our maximum so far. This technique is called sliding window, and let me explain why. So basically we are starting here, and we started with the least example cases that we can start with. We buy on one day and we sell the second day. This is the base case, or if you will, that we are starting with, and our profit is -6, or rather not even a profit, our loss is a whooping sum of 6. Even our maximum is not as large as our loss. So basically we say that, okay, this condition doesn't work for us. Now if this condition doesn't work for us, what do? We expand our window. We basically slide all the way from here. We cross out this theoretically, and we pitch our tent somewhere else. Basically we are sliding across the array. This is a sliding window technique. We are moving away from here and we're moving to here. Now we can see from the equation that we did that this difference is going to be 4, and basically this satisfies our algorithm. So we don't need to remove this from our window. This can still be included in our window, but now we want to expand our window to make it larger. That, okay, this is a good factor to have in our window, but can we have something more? And we can say that yes, this is actually good, and we have a difference of 2. Okay, this is great. Now as long as this still satisfy our condition is we want profit, we don't want to be at a loss, and the final answer is we want the maximum profit. So far this gives us a profit, and we can see that this is a good day to buy. So we just continue expanding that window. The difference between this is 5, and you see that, okay, wow, we have something else. Again, this still satisfies the window, so we don't have any need or any reason to kind of like remove this from the window like we did with this. So we are going to move, and we see that this gives us a profit of 3, and basically we just pick the largest profit from the condition that satisfies our window. If at any point this had been let's assume that this is a 4. Let's assume this is a 4, and then we have a profit of 1 here. 5 minus 4, this is a 4. Sorry, this is messy. This is a 4, and we can say that this gives us a profit of 1, right? Now we move over here, and we can see that 3 minus 4 is -1. Now we're already at a loss. Then 4 no longer satisfies our condition, so we pitch our tent and we move from here to here. This becomes our new window, just like how we disregarded this because it gave us a loss. If any condition does not satisfy our window, we can just pitch it out or move it out. How is this going to translate into code? We're going to see the code in a minute, but this is how it's going to go. So basically we have a pointer at this point, and we have another pointer here. If this satisfies our condition, we increase this pointer all the way from here to here. If this doesn't satisfy, if this window doesn't satisfy our condition, then we move this over here. So basically that's how it's going to be, and that's what we call a sliding window. If this is any bit confusing, maybe you watch the whole illustration again if it will be helpful, and finally check the code if that might help you conceptualize it better. So first we need 2 variables, our buy and our sell. We are buying on the first day and we're selling on the second day, and the variables 0 to represent the first item in the algorithm, in the array rather, 1 to represent the second item in the array. And while we are in bounds we want to check, we want to see the difference between our sale rather. So we want to check we are selling, because we want to see the difference between the price at which we buy and the price at which we sell. And if at any point our difference is less than 0, then we know that this is bad. We're running at a loss, and we want to change the date. We want to change the date at which we buy. We don't buy on that same day. We want to move forward. Else we want to check the maximum that we have had so far, and we need to keep an array to keep track of this. So basically our maximum so far is 0 because we've not done anything with our money, with our stock, so we don't have any maximum profit so far. So, but in case that we've already started to sell and buy, we want to track our maximum at every point, because as you could see from the illustration, we can have numerous profits, 5, 4, 3, 2, but want to get the maximum profit that we can have. So we're just going to check the profit we currently have, and the difference. So whatever this is, I kind of prefer this as sale. Difference doesn't just make that much sense. So we want to check the difference the maximum between the our profit so far and the sale that we just made. Whichever is larger, then that is what we want stored in our profit. And also we also want to check the next date, right? We've already sold and we've made some profit. You know what? Let's check the next day. As long as we are still within the confines of the array, as long as we're in bounds, let's see what other profits we can make, and we can just return that profits. I'm going to run the example test cases to be sure that that works before we submit. Prices is not defined. Where is this coming from? Okay, price is not defined. Do you mean prices? What line is this? Line 6. Oh, that's a silly catch. Okay. Let's try this again. I think this is one of the good instances where you purchase another silly catch. Okay. But I was going to say that is one of those cases where you really want to get Leetcode Premium for them to prioritize your queue time. I don't know how that algorithm works, whereby only premium members get a faster runtime. But basically, that would be something nice to check out. So we can see that this works very slowly. I don't know why that runs so slowly. But yeah, we see that this runs, and we just want to check that it passes all of the test cases. And it does, and surprisingly fast. These are next challenges. I find that this is a good way this is a sliding window pattern, right? So most times when you have similar questions, you can see that they will use similar patterns, and so you want to reinforce those patterns by practicing similar questions. And you also want to check the answers of people who have solved it better than you, or maybe not even better, but just reading other people's code, and is always a good way to practice. Please subscribe, it helps to support the channel, and I will see you on the next video.